Hello everybody. I just wanted to show you the chickens. Now, this is something that is every prepper's dream. Chickens. But it's not really. Chickens are expensive and they don't require a whole lot of care, but they're not cheap to keep. They can be expensive. Now, with me, they pay for themselves. I don't have to spend money on them. I sell their eggs, and that pays for their food. But most preppers are getting chickens because they think, oh, well, when all you-know-what hits the fan, they're going to have meat, and they're going to have fresh eggs. Well, that could be a problem, and a big one if everything goes the way they claim. For instance, if your electricity goes down, how are you going to keep the meat? You don't have a refrigerator unless you've got a generator or a solar system. That's the only way you're going to keep that meat from going bad on you. So then you got the second problem. If things go as bad as everybody claims, what are they going to feed them? They probably are not going to be able to afford the feed at the feed store. My grandmother sure couldn't. She raised chickens and she did not buy feed for them. And guess what? Chickens don't lay as good. They don't. When they don't have the laying to eat, they don't lay. Maybe one egg a week if you're lucky. They're going back in. They thought I had a treat for them, so they come running out and I didn't have a treat. And they're like, huh, she's just playing with us. But when they don't have their regular feed, they don't lay. They lay maybe 1 to 2 eggs a week. So there, you've got a bunch of chickens. No way to really feed them. Now, if you turn them loose, they have no defense against a gun. And trust me, there will be people out there just waiting to shoot them. And they have no defense against it. You know, because you got a lot of people who say, well, I'll just turn them loose and let them roam, let them hunt bugs and eat grass, green stuff, whatever they can eat. But they have no defense against a gun or any real wild animals like coyotes or wolves who will kill them. So you're going to kind of have to keep them in a pen. That's what my grandmother had to do. She let them out for a short time when she could keep an eye on them in the morning, and she didn't do it until after they laid their eggs, if they laid any. That way, she didn't have to try to hunt and figure out where they laid them at. And so she did it that way. Any chickens that did sit, she had to make a choice. Did she eat eggs, or did she let the chicken sit, the hen, to hatch out more, hoping she might get a rooster or two that she could kill herself and eat? And then she had to figure out how she was going to feed it. So those were all dilemmas that they went through back then, and that we will go through if things fall apart, like everybody says. It's going to be a real problem. I have a fly here who just is wanting to make heyday with my camera here. But it can be done, but most people are unsure how, because they've never gone through it and they don't know what to do. One thing we do to help our chickens to get wild bugs to eat is we lay a piece of wood on the floor inside where they stay at. Bugs love dark places and places that are cooler. Now you see that chicken right there drinking that? Well, guess what? Tomorrow morning when we come out and we give them fresh water, underneath that will be hundreds of bugs, and I mean hundreds. We lift it up and the chickens go crazy and they get free protein. That's one way to help feed those chickens if things fall apart. You will put wood down on the floor in where they're living at, and it will call the bugs, and the bugs will sleep under there and go for the coolness or even the warmth underneath that wood, and in the morning you lift it up. You have any, if you're fortunate enough that you have any raw meat left over, throw it to the chickens. That's protein, and they love and will eat raw meat. It is amazing the disgusting things they will eat. I've had lizards get in here, just running across and get in there to never come out. They are the chicken's dinner. That's what chickens eat. Any moving protein there is, a chicken will eat it. So I would think twice about getting chickens. I personally think they're great, and I think it's a wonderful investment and not a problem. Like I said, I raise my chickens for free. I have free meat and free eggs. But I also know I have to be prepared if I cannot get my hands on feed from the feed stores. I'm going to have to look for other alternatives, and I'm going to have to guard my chickens because somebody will try to steal them. And the way to get around that is to protect the perimeter of your chicken area. And maybe I'll do a video on that in the future of how to protect. You can't stop somebody who's determined, but you can sure cause them a lot of pain getting there. And maybe they won't make it if they're in enough pain. So that's for another video. But in the meantime, if you got chickens, I guess enjoy them. But if you're paying any money to take care of those chickens, I do personally think that's a mistake. I raised chickens for 20 years, and I can tell you I hated every penny I had to spend on them because they cost me more than if I went to the store and bought the eggs and the meat. And I finally fixed it and worked it so that my chickens are now free and don't cost me anything. And my meat is free, and so is my eggs. But remember, you can't eat meat you've just killed. You can't. It can make you sick. It has to cure first. I learned that as a little girl. Fresh meat can make you sick. So remember that. All book, if you read it before you even can it, they tell you must cure your meat first, and it's usually cured for 2 days. And cure means in a cool place, like a refrigerator or a big bucket of ice in water. And drop your chickens down in there for 24 hours for them to cure. Fresh meat is not really what you call dead, cured. Still has its molecular structure behind it. So that can make you sick. But I hope you enjoy this video, and may you have a very, very blessed day.